Hello, so this video has came at a request. The request of almost every business I speak to. I get asked, why isn't our existing content working? Now, while this question isn't nearly as complex as the God equation, it does have a huge amount of variables, so it isn't something someone can come up with an answer for within 5 minutes. And any marketing guru who says they know your problem without sweating through your entire sales and marketing process is simply winging it and hoping luck will land on their lap. I believe we create our own luck, so I'm going to give you a top 10 diagnostic in this video so you can objectively self-diagnose where the pitfalls are in your advertising, and more importantly, be on the path to more customers and more profitable advertising campaigns. Now, if you've watched all our content on our Ultimate Blueprint to Online Marketing, this will help you understand a lot of this. Now, if you haven't registered yet and you're seeing this video elsewhere, then go jump on our website and get free access to this content. Anyway, when it comes to content creation and delivery problems, without overly complicating things, the entire process falls into 3 categories. So category 1 is lead generation. Are you generating enough leads at a profitable acquisition cost? If you believe you are, then category 2 is, are those leads of good quality? And do you have a process in place that qualifies those leads? And finally, category 3, the most common chink in a business's armour. Is your sales team or sales process effectively converting those leads to customers, or are they being squandered? Now, category 3 is the hardest part for any business to get right. Converting leads into sales is an art form, and all too often this area of your business will often blame lead quantity or quality on its failings, and this is where it gets really messy, as they may not actually be wrong, but they may also be part of the problem. But anyway, let's unpack the top 10 reasons why your marketing isn't working to its full potential, and give you the opportunity to self-diagnose exactly what could be sabotaging your growth. The classic mistake I see here is businesses relying on content being multi-purpose. We want this content to build our brand and sell our products and service, but that is highly unrealistic. Again, in our Ultimate Blueprint to Marketing Your Business, if you watch the videos you will see why this doesn't work. And let's be honest, if it was that easy, you'd be killing it in lead generation. This is also the primary factor why generating leads cost a lot more. Inefficient content, whether it's images, text or video, is like putting your marketing budget in a fuel-hungry fire. It takes a crazy amount of leads to make poor content work, even on a mediocre scale, so you end up having to spend more money because your content is underperforming. Okay, so let's say your content isn't bad and actually it's really good. The next place to look at is, are you acquiring your potential market's information? Now, I can already hear those GDPR police in lower level marketing positions screaming a problem here before even considering a simple solution. But let's face it, you need to effectively gather information on your potential market to help understand them and have another go at getting them excited about what you offer. The golden opportunity to do this is simple. When someone clicks on your advert, where are you taking them? And are they getting access to free info or an offer in exchange for contact information? If not, then why not? If you're simply looking for people direct to buy then and there, which by the way only works on low transactional goods and services, then are you using a Facebook pixel to track their info so you can retarget them if they decide they're not ready to buy just yet? Basically, if you aren't acquiring your market's information when they click on your online content, then you are wasting a lot of leads, which again raises the average cost of acquiring a customer. If this doesn't make sense, please reach out and I'll unpack it more for you. Again, we are back to the old myth of one advert doing everything, which is highly unrealistic. So let's say your advert is getting people landing on your website and you've acquired who they are online via email, etc., or they're on a pixel list. Then what's the next step? Do you have any promotional content relevant you can retarget them with? Or is there a blog that will bring value to them that you want them to see? Okay, great. And then what? What happens after they have consumed your content? How do you reach back out? Basically here, you should track your potential customer's journey to find out where they are sticking, as this is vital information to see what is holding your potential market back from doing business with you. And the secret here is making sure you do number 9, the step before, really well, and obtaining as much information as possible on your potential market. As people prefer different mediums of communicating, so you want to mix up the messaging at every point of contact, and even try mixing up the delivery method, i.e. via telephone, email, or retargeting online. This can be a grey area where many companies' sales teams use to hide behind as an excuse, but it actually really does exist. The simple solution to this is to look at your advertising campaign and having checkpoints that qualify your leads. A common way of doing this is a discovery form that prompts your leads to give more information about themselves to access your sales team or a discount. And that's a simple process and is a great way of weeding out time wasters, allowing your sales team to focus on qualified leads that are genuinely interested in your offering. Another great simple way of doing this reverts back to number 8 and having a plan. Take your customer on a journey to unpack your product or service. Use software like Hotjar to track where they visit and click on your website. A good advertising campaign should naturally filter out your leads and qualify them into real prospects for you. Who really is your perfect customer? And I don't mean wishful thinking here. Historically, who are the people who have done business with you and what do they have in common? Many businesses fall short at this hurdle and it costs money, a lot of money, because their ideal customer has been plucked out of thin air by a marketing team relying on simple data. Or the other pitfall here is a small business owner blinded by ego and wishful thinking who thinks they know their ideal customer as they've been in business for X amount of years and have X amount of experience, etc. Is that you? If so, no offence, but even if it is you, you will have no idea because your ego will tell you it's not you. But when it comes to our ideal customers, for example, I know that type of decision maker in a business full of ego is not my ideal customer. So why do I say that? Because trying to turn no's into yeses is a mug's game for me, and the amount of energy it takes to change that kind of person's mind costs a lot of time and money. So it's not a scalable business model. But more importantly, did you notice I never unpacked my ideal customer as a small to medium sized business owner that turns over 500k to 10 million, they're a business decision maker or a marketing director with interests in cryptocurrency, they read Forbes magazine, blah blah blah, all the attributes you typically see. So why not unpack a customer avatar like that example just there? Because that tells me absolutely nothing about my customer that my competition doesn't already know, and it gives me no edge whatsoever in how to communicate to my potential market. The solution to this is to find out why people bought your product, what they love about it, or even better, find people who bought into your competition and why. You want to find out what they want to get out of using your product or service, i.e. how it will change their life, even in a simplistic way. Human beings are emotive creatures, emotions make decisions, not data. So if you want to find your perfect customer avatar, you have to find out what they feel. Again, as covered in our marketing videos, their hopes, their fears and aspirations, and how your product or service you provide can align with their hopes and desires. I've had many experiences with this scenario. The good news is this one has an easy solution and typically is a cost saving one to fix it. Do you have a marketing team? Do they outsource a company for content creation and another company for content delivery who outsources their copyright and PR to someone else? And who makes the decisions in each of these companies and who do they answer to within your business? All of that already sounds like eating spaghetti blindfolded, right? This is the classic case of Chinese whispers, and this is where messaging gets lost when multiple companies who operate differently coexist. And this is why an experienced marketing director can cost well into 6 figures plus to be in your business, because they have to spin a lot of plates, which takes experience and a proven track record to make this model work. But let's say you don't have a marketing director with 20 years of global experience, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching this video. The real challenge is that most external marketing solutions only specialise in a small section of digital marketing, i.e. Google and social media ads, or they specialise in PR and SEO, both if you're really lucky. Now, without sugarcoating it, most of these companies will have that fake it till you make it attitude and outsource someone from a friend of a friend to offer you a solution. And if you don't believe me, then you most definitely don't have any friends who work in marketing agencies. But it's this method of outsourcing simply creates the guaranteed probability of quality slipping in one of these areas. and it's not your fault. For example, you'll ask a marketing agency how much to create a video advert. They'll ask you what your budget is. Most business owners fire off an unrealistic cheap price, which if a proper video marketing team actually got, would probably bin the inquiry. So who gets the inquiry? The local guy who will do it for 500 quid, doesn't know about marketing, nor do they care. They just want to work to put food on the table, and you in turn get a subpar product that may look fine but fails to engage your customer. So basically what I'm saying here is, unless you have the knowledge and experience in ensuring everyone and their dog knows your real customer avatar, as highlighted earlier, and works diligently to a set game plan, then this method will always generate inferior marketing campaigns that may just work if you have a really great offering, but I guarantee you will be leaving so much potential on the table for your competition to steal that it will leave you feeling sick if you knew how much more potential profit the right system would generate for you. It seems rather obvious if your price is too high without having a huge brand following that you will struggle even with great advertising content, right? Now, I have unpacked how to eradicate the price first mentality of your market in previous videos. For me, the real issue with price comes with companies that have chronic sales discounts or one-time offers that run all year round. A better way would be if you treat your customer avatar as a meticulously clever person who has studied your company inside and out, it will really serve you well. Because if a potential customer sees you are always having a sale, massively reducing your overinflated price, you will lose their trust. Why? Because you have made the relationship transactional, and that is the dark destroyer of your brand's credibility. Not only that, but this can also bottleneck your sales if people clock on to a routine in your marketing, then they will wait till the next offer comes round or your competition's offer. Sales and discounts like that should be seasonal when your business is quiet. One-time offers should be exactly that. Now listen, I'm a sales guy, I get it. These tactics are used to try and create a sense of urgency, which is a totally old school, fine technique of closing sales. The problem being is so many companies pull their pants down on price only to find their advertising spend versus what meat is left on the bone hemorrhages their growth. Remember, loyalty cannot be bought. If it takes a PhD in quantum physics to navigate through how to buy your product or sign up for your service, then no matter how strong your advertising campaigns are, you will burn through leads like dry kindling. This is where I believe having calls to action leading to a purchase or subscription really works. And if you're a company that scrimps on the development work to make a checkout experience seamless for your customer, then you will pay for it massively by losing out on all those impatient millennials potentially want to do business with you. Common sense here, make doing business with you as easy as possible for qualified leads. To me, this is the number one reason why most small businesses fail to compete with their larger competition. It's really not so much about ad spend, but more so they simply don't have enough content. So they repeat the same posts organically, they run the same advert and retarget an advert for a millennia, and they run out of steam. Any leads that come off the back of the content you've posted then hit your landing page or website and get hit with the exact same stuff that led them there in the first place. Only this time after seeing it, that warm fuzzy feeling that made them click through is a little less warm, and they start to become a tad more level-headed and cynical. Try this analogy, it's actually like watching a movie that on the first pass was fun, but you're now watching it with your partner the next day. Unless it's really, really good, you will no doubt want to see something else. The idea of content creation is to tell a story, to take the potential customer down a rabbit hole and unpack more wonder and excitement. So please, what I need you to take from this, don't waste your marketing budget on one big advert and 3 pallets of flyers. If you can put as much of it on creating multiple videos and images that are different and exciting, I promise you it will pay back in dividends. Most companies are out of whack on how to spend a marketing budget. It's all based on perspective. I know many companies that will pay a fortune for someone to manage their social media posts organically, but will turn their nose up at paid marketing via Google, Facebook and YouTube. Now, by the way, in case you haven't realised, if you're paying for someone to manage posting on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. just organically without an ad spend, you're burning money. Ditch that nonsense right now. It's a complete con that will get you zero return back. Anyway, To unpack how most companies operate is they have a bias to one thing that works. Companies either spend a hell of a lot on content creation with little to no budget on paid advertising, or they do the opposite, where they use cheap, overused stock images and video with copy and paste ad copy and spend their budget on the delivery via Facebook and Google and YouTube. The best solution here is to approach content creation, both media and written content, and delivery strategies online as equal. One of the most costly mistakes you can make as a business is to let your internal marketing executives who have no sales experience or have just landed in your company straight after university to manage the outsourcing of your digital marketing. Both experienced content creators and digital marketers are highly skilled and unaffordable for a lot of businesses in-house, so I totally understand the need for outsourcing. But when it comes to outsourcing, the same rules in life apply. If it's too good to be true, all too often it is. And let's say you want 10 extra customers a month who are worth £1,000 per customer. You simply cannot get that from paying £1,000 on a video and £100 per month dipping your toe into paid marketing. Now, I know that sounds crazy out loud, but most companies want the return on investment by outsourcing a single company and expecting miracles on a shoestring budget. And I really hope I'm not being a dream killer here, but I do honesty first in this game. Which brings me to my last point. It's not in the top 10 as it does not apply to every business, but if your business is good on all the 10 points I mentioned, but you're still suffering, chances are it's your sales team. If this is you, then you're not alone. Turning leads into paying customers isn't always easy. It could be several things, from not getting to the customer fast enough to not having experienced staff knowing how to handle rejections. But unfortunately, it's an area often overlooked as it's far easier to blame other parts of your marketing that are not as costly to fix. But if you can cover all these 10 pitfalls and ensure your sales team is on it, then there will be nothing stopping you. And the good news is the vast majority of these things can be amended fairly quickly. So if you watch this video and feel down, then please don't. The answers have been given to you here and really unpacked in our free marketing guide videos. And if you watch this and need a digital marketing company that can create content and deliver it to your market, then we are it. I guarantee a return on your marketing spend, or we work for free. It's as simple as that. So give us a call and you'll get a free 45-minute consultation with a member of our team explaining what we can do to transform your marketing.